who's an assistant professor of design at Brigham Young University. She has a book called Window Treatments. I'm certified as a window treatment consultant from 1997 with my ASID certificates. And so she tells us that the original windows, if you can't talk about window treatments without talking about windows, were holes in the castles. And they were small holes, but they were shaped coming wider out so people can look out and see an enemy coming and be able to throw rocks or shoot arrows and protect themselves. And then when we created glass, all of a sudden windows started to get larger and they started to let light in. And then what happened was the people who then lived in these castles, imagine living in a stone castle with no heat in the winter, it's cold. So they used to line it with fabric. And they would get fabrics from the Far East, silks and beautiful fabrics. And that's where puddling came in, because they draped the fabrics and then they wanted to show how wealthy they were, how much fabric they could have. So they'd puddle it all over the floor. And then normal people started to have window treatments, and they used to make cafe curtains and things out of fabric. And then the roller shade came in. And it was a simple roll. And do you all know what a roller shade is? A simple roll of fabric that would just, up and down on a spring roller. And then what happened was in 1946, a man named Joe Hunter and Henry Sonnenberg invented flexible, lightweight aluminum slats. And then came the Venetian blind. And we all know it as a mini blind today, but it's a 2-inch slat, and I'm going to show it to you. We can all get up and walk around and look at that. So actually, Mr. Sonnenberg had a machine tool factory, and he opened his machine tool factory in 1919, a long time ago. He was in Germany, and in 1933, he saw what was happening in Germany, and he was Jewish, and he said, I'm getting out of here. And he put his factory on 150 train cars and moved it to the Netherlands. The company we know today, Hunter Douglas, is a combination of Henry Sonnenberg and Joe Douglas venture. So that's the Hunter Douglas Group that today is in 100 countries.